episode 2. We're chatting with my good friend, Queta, and today we're going to talk about stress. Now, last week, how we came up with this idea, last week we were sitting here having lunch and everything, and we were kind of, I don't know,
talking about
our husbands.
Yeah.
Talking about our husbands, and my husband likes to live in the fast lane, right?
Yes.
Your husband likes to...
He's the middle lane, don't want to go too fast, don't want to go too slow, boring.
Okay, that's where I like to sit. But anyway, so my husband likes to live in the fast lane, you know, and but at some point, you know, living there is fine and dandy. You definitely get where you want to go in a hurry.
Done.
But if you keep on the road, you know what eventually happens.
Eventually, you're probably gonna need to take an exit somewhere. So you'll crash, or you'll just get overwhelmed. You get distracted. There's so much going on around you. Everything's going so fast, and so sometimes you kind of gotta find that exit just to get off and chill out.
Exactly. You just have to, you know, take a deep old, you know, stop, hammer time. Take a big old breath, right?
Yeah.
And, the middle lane is really okay for some people. They just like to ride there, and they say, hey, you know, if you want to go past me, go on the left-hand lane, and there's people that are passing you, you know, like crazy in the right-hand lane. So, and especially when you get like, oh, crazy Dallas traffic, you know, you're sitting there like, I'm going to stay right here.
You're waiting for the opportunity to move over and do something, but everybody's going so fast, so that means you might kind of have to pick up your pace because you don't want to be stressed out because you can't get anywhere and you can't move around. So you kind of have to speed it up a little bit and say, okay, and, you know, look for that opportunity and go for it.
Well, and sometimes that opportunity never shows up and you miss the exit.
And you got to do a big circle.
People don't want to let you in for nothing down in Dallas traffic, that is for sure.
Unless you have a ginormous truck and they're afraid of you.
You just
like,
stick your nose in there and you just go, you know.
Exactly.
Well, that's how I learned how to drive. I learned how to drive in L.A., and my sister sent me out on a mission. I went, what? Okay. And you just have to put it pedal to the metal and just go. You know, when you see something you recognize, then you get off. Yeah,
slow down.
No kidding.
For real.
And then you have those people that are in that right-hand lane, and
all the time.
They don't move over. But anything that goes wrong or any sign of stress, what do?
They stomp on the brakes.
Or they get off the highway. It's like, you know, time to die. I don't want to get on here. But that's the thing, you know, the people in the middle lane, you know, that's great, slow and steady, just like the turtle, you know. But sometimes, you know, you're gonna get run over if you stay in that middle lane too long. You definitely need to have a goal. Get in that fast lane sometimes, but learn to, you know, get over when you need to, right?
Yep, because sometimes people that are in that middle lane that like to take it slow and easy, they have a harder time maybe bouncing back up and getting up from getting run over by a lot of things that are coming their way. So it is important to kind of, like she said, balance, you know, set some goals so now you have some push and some drive. You got somewhere to be, you want to get there, and then you come back and say, you know, okay, let's rework some new goals. Or if you know that you're in the way of some things happening, get out of the way and let your friends and your family kind of help with those other type of tasks.
Exactly. That's where I found I was in. I was in definitely I don't know what lane. I had my own lane, I guess, because I'm here, there, you know, and without, you know, like you said, I know in my head where I want to go and what I want to do, but like writing it down and be prepared and jot it out in black and white.
Asking for help and delegating. You know, when you're a business owner or a wife, there are certain things that you really have to ask your friends and family to do, so that way you don't have as much on your plate, and it might give them motivation to do something. They feel important, like they're part of the group or whatever, because they feel like they can contribute, and it does help when you're able to kind of say, can you handle this for me? I got too much going on right now.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's so hard to ask, you know, but there's people out there willing to, you know, help you out. You just have to slow lane.
Oh, I'm not a slow lane person. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, because you got those on-ramps coming, and those people, they want to be in that left-hand lane, and they, you know, they'll cut you off, you know. They don't
and then you get frustrated because they're stepping all on your toes, and it's like, whoa, you're
Yeah.
in the way.
And that happens at school, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't step up and give your ideas or give your thoughts, like in a group setting, when you're doing a project or something, you're going to get left behind. You're not going to get any credit for that project. You know, kind of like I was watching Celebrity Apprentice last night, and, you know, no credit for, you know, just standing around watching everybody else do the work.
Yeah, participation is important. For people in the slow lane, participation is a big deal. You know, trying to get in there, see where you fit in, see, you know, which lane you need to be in to get to where you got to go. But, you know, sometimes being in that slow lane, or, you know, kind of being secluded, you just kind of end up exiting when you don't want to exit.
Yeah.
Because you're forced to leave. There's nowhere else to go if you don't want to.
Yeah, you get off that highway, or you're forced off that highway sometimes because you're not participating or even have a clue what's going on. There's a lot of people out there who's like not listening or paying attention. They're thinking about something else, and then you ask them questions. They're like, oh, you know, like, did you just exit the highway? Where you at? Come back. You know, find your way back. GPS time. To kind of deal with stress, and first of all, especially if you're in that fast lane going 90 miles an hour. Now they have semesters. They have programs now where you can be on a fast track, which is like, what, 18, 19 credit hours?
That's insane.
So it takes you 3.5 years to get done with something. That is a lot of stress putting on that body and that mind.
If you have to work, or you have a family and you have other, you know, things going on, that can sound dangerous to me. To me, that's like you're in that fast lane and you're trying to eat, drink a soda, and talk on your cell phone and text. Too much going on at once can be dangerous.
Yeah, it can be very dangerous. There's a lot of stress. You don't realize the demand that just a little bit of stress puts on your body, and just kind of pretty soon and then you wonder why you're sick all the time.
Yes,
that's your body's way of saying, we need to slow down.
We need a break. We need to recover.
We need to rest. So if you're in that fast lane, try taking a yoga class. It's so, I don't know.
It's refreshing.
Rejuvenating, yes. Rejuvenating. And some people don't even realize they need to be in that yoga class until they actually take it, and then they go,
wow, I need this like 3 days a week.
Yeah. You know, it's not all what you think it is, you know. It's just to help you relax and just let all the toxins and the stress leave your body. But if you're in the middle lane, I mean, you can kind of go both, you know. Just know you can go pick it up if you need to pick it up, slow it down if you need to slow it down. I mean, you're kind of in control, but you just need to be aware. And then if you're in that slow lane, you need some energy for the day. Definitely start off with exercise class, spin class, turbo kick class, something.
Something to get you pumped up, energized, and motivated.
Yeah, and I'm sure at all your rec centers have classes, you know. So you take advantage of that. We have that here, you know, at My Physique, of course. And
you know, to make sure that you have someone there to support you.
Yes.
Your navigator, your sidekick, or whoever it may be.
Seat sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, but when you're driving and you've got a lot going on, it helps to have someone to help you say, hey, there's an exit coming up, or hey, there's an opportunity to get over. So that way you can, you know, stay focused, but you're still, you know, can get as much done as you can because you have help, you know. It does make a difference.
Need some help. So yeah, I know that's why I have Frida, because I'm like go 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 fast lane kind of person. I do slow down, but there's sometimes where I want to get there so darn fast that I forget all the little steps that I need. It's like, wait a minute, you got to do this. Or
One
wait
thing
a minute.
at a time.
Yeah. And then when I get on a roll too, creative minds is like, oh, Frida, write this down and write this down, and you know, I just like, she's like, oh, stop,
Wait.
hold on.
Let's focus.
Let's focus. But I don't know. When you tell me to stop, I'm like, oh, now I can't remember what I was going to say.
Yeah, sometimes it is hard to slow down, but that, again, is the reason why it does help to have someone there to support you and kind of keep you on track. You know, you don't want to get burned out, but at the same time, you know, if you're forced to slow down, you know, because you're sick or you got hurt or something dramatic happens, then it also adds stress because you're at a point where you don't want to have to be stuck doing nothing. You just kind of have to because the circumstance of the situation. So, you know, delegating, you know, and asking for help and those sorts of things do help minimize the stresses and help you manage it, because your friends and your family can see things that you don't see.
Exactly.
So it's like, you know, you're thinking you're doing a good job and you're getting so much done, and they're like, yeah, you're doing a lot, but you're not getting a lot done.
Yeah.
So
yeah, especially with you know, studying, you know, as a point for this, studying by yourself is good, but you know, sometimes there's just something you can't, it won't click. You know, it's like you just beating yourself over the head going, what the heck? And you go and talk to somebody and you're like, really? I just spent 3 hours.
yes.
And now, you know, makes so much sense now.
You're
like,
telling
oh.
me in those words and putting it together that way, okay, I got it. Thank you so much.
Yes, so, you know, find a buddy to study with and get on there and make straight A's.
Hold each other accountable, but also make sure you guys are, you know, making progress and
getting the work done, but then also making sure that you're healthy. Because if you're not healthy on the inside, your mind is not going to be healthy. It's
going to be all over the place.
Yeah, it's going to be all over the place. And try not to study the night before the test. That don't work.
You just have test anxiety, and then you do terrible anyways when all you had to do was study.
Exactly. Just study a little bit every day when you know there's a test coming up. And again, we plan it, and we write it down, and we start, you know, in plenty of time. Eat good, get your rest, you know, eat a good breakfast, and then you'll be hitting that honor roll, dean's list or whatever.
Exactly.
I don't know, I was never on that. But, hey, you know, I was in that fast lane. It's like,
you're on my
I want the
dean's
credits and I need the graduation certificate.
Exactly.
I didn't care what it was. But I care about you now, so I want to help you out on some tips and stuff to hopefully give you, because I didn't have, but now that I'm older, I kind of learned. I was like, man, I wish I could rewind and do it all over again, but I can't. So these are my little tips.
This is us giving back to you guys.
Yes. So, hey, you know, stay in it. Take a break every 15 minutes, you know, to relieve that stress. Make sure you drink your water.
Good snacks. Have a friend handy just in case you can't focus and you need to vent. Just call and vent, and then get back to your work.
But let them know you're venting.
Yes. Don't just start going
Don't
crazy.
just start rambling. It's like, what? You got to let them know, hey, I want to vent for a second. Get it out. You know, get it out of your system. And you'll be good. So that's our chat for the day.
Well,
and we'll see you next time with some other helpful study break.
Be sure to comment, send us any ideas or the questions, and hopefully we'll get them answered. And see you.
Shout out to anybody.
Myra Brown, you can do it, girl. You're 4 weeks away from graduation. Keep it up.
Woo! Myra Brown, get it, girl. One of my Cisco students, you know, shout out to them.
Go Cisco.
Caitlin and
Hardy Simmons.
And woo-woo. You know, you guys are awesome. So just keep at it and you'll get there.